Welcome along, muddy time everyone. 29th of May 2022, I went and did the Wedderburn Pony Express. My bike was all nice and clean, ready to go before I went, and then we went there and did the race. I was meant to do it with a mate. Unfortunately, due to circumstances out of his control, he couldn't make it. The plan was we were going to do a team event where he does a lap, comes in, tags me, I do a lap, and vice versa. So instead, what I ended up doing is what's called Ironman. It means I do the whole 3-hour race by myself. As you can see, it was raining a bit, so it got quite wet. Ended up becoming very slippery. A mate of mine who's done this race quite a numerous amount of times and continues to race quite competitively, said to me, one piece of advice before you do this race: put new tyres on your bike. I looked at my tyres and went, oh, they're not too bad. I think I'll be right. I regretted that decision quite instantly, to be honest. I was fighting for traction the whole 3 hours that I was out there. So what you're watching right now is the observation lap, where we just went around, rode the track, just so we knew where it went. It was about 20, maybe 25k loop, so it was quite a decent sort of a lap, a mixture between that sort of open stuff, a bit more single, tighter stuff through some trees, and had quite a varying in terrain as well. I love this little section coming down, riding along the edge of the dam here. It was quite nice, and as you come around, as we come up over this little bit here, you had to be a little bit careful you didn't run it too far to the left. Riding along down through here, come up over this little crest here was quite nice, and then you just had to be a little bit careful where you rode off the edge. As you can see there was a bit of a dip there. And I loved coming through these creek bits up and over the bankment and along the other side. You can watch along here, as you can see my handlebars here, you can see them sort of moving around a bit as that front wheel's fighting for that traction, and it was just a struggle the whole way through trying to keep that front nice and steady. It was sliding all over the place. I made a note of coming around this corner to make sure I either went it really wide or cut it really tight, so I didn't end off in this rut like these guys. That guy in front was very nice. He didn't just dump the clutch and hose me in. If Crash Bandicoot was by me, I definitely would have done that to him. A lot of riders stopped off the side cleaning goggles, which I had to do a couple of times myself throughout the ride, as they got quite muddy and a bit of water across them. I had to be careful as you're coming down through sections like here, a few little dips and ruts. More riders off the side cleaning goggles. A little bit of a boggy section there, could throw you off if you hit it wrong. Definitely found a couple of guys off in the trees from time to time. Really loved going through those sort of sections. Coming into the open sections was quite good. Here's that creek that we're riding through again. Quite nice, quite flowing. To be careful where you put your tyres sometimes. Little ledges and rocks and bits and pieces, but quite good fun. So I really enjoyed going up and down through there. Cruising along here, back down again. That was a bit of a drop off there, so you had to be a little bit careful where you had your body position. Watch those rocks there as you're cruising along, up around, little sharp turn, back down through again. Really enjoyed it, a lot of fun. Definitely worthwhile doing. As we come along here, you had to be really careful as we drop down this time. Watch out, watch out, watch out! Bit of a gap down there, so you had to be careful where you put your tyres down there. Had to try and miss that every time. So it was good getting this observation lap, sort of sussing some of these things out. Coming into the open fields was quite good. Some muddy sections along here. Once again, fighting the bike. Started to get really rutted out. I think we had close to 300 riders at this event, so it was quite a few. And you can imagine, I mean, this is just the sighting lap. Look at these ruts that you're coming through these corners. Guy getting back on his bike. Maybe he fell off. I'm not too sure. I didn't see what he did. But you can imagine this got really chewed up, chopped up, and rutted. Slippery. Watch this guy. Oh, nearly gets it on that corner. That was a good save, mate. I had quite a few of those myself, actually. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Found it quite fatiguing though, fighting the bike the whole time. Ruts again, so you just had to sort of pick your lines and be careful where you're riding. to open it up on some of these faster sections. Really started to get on the gas a little bit. I backed them off pretty early because, as I say, I was fighting for traction, so I didn't want to come in too hot. Being that this was the observation lap, I didn't know the track at this point. I've never ridden it in my life. Quite boggy there. You can see that front end slide again, so the bars sort of tuck out a little bit there, and that was just the fever of the whole entire 3-hour race. I didn't video the race itself, only videoed the observation lap, because as you can see the lens on the GoPro got muddied up quite badly, so it just wasn't much footage, to be honest. Coming along through here, this was a nice little section, just started to open up a little bit, and whoa, what was that? I think we better go back and have another look at that one. So coming out, just really lost that front end, managed to save it. I don't know how I did that. Yeah, just pure luck, I guess, on that one. As you can see again, that front end just kept washing out on me. Those new tyres, yeah, would have helped immensely. So next time I do something like this, definitely a new set of tyres is on the cards. So opening it up again on some of these open sections was quite good. Back down through again, this is where we're crossing the creek again, coming back into the other side where it gets quite tight. Weaving through all these trees, some of these corners had a few burns and stuff. Once again, a few ruts here and there. The ground was uneven, so sometimes it was just, yeah, the front end's bouncing up and down on you. So once again, I found it quite fatiguing for me. Never having done one of these before. I didn't stop at any time during the race, only to clean my goggles and once to relieve myself. Found myself pulling over during the race like that, letting guys like that through. I just wanted to make the 3-hour race, so I wasn't out to win it or anything like that. So I was quite happy to let the guys go past. So I pulled over here and there and let quite a few riders through, and just sort of set my pace, just cruised along. But really enjoyed this section. It was really tight, weaving in and out of the trees. Yeah, really good. Coming over through the creek the last time up to the finish line, and that is it done. So that was the observation lap. These guys are just waiting for them to get out of the way before I come barreling through, and just head back to the car to fuel up before we did the race. It was kind of a Le Mans start, so you all line up, hands on your head. When they say go, start your bike, off you go. So that was quite a bit of fun there as well. So as you can see, there was a massive turnout. I did hear one of the guys saying that he does these every year, and this is one of the biggest turnouts he's seen in 3 years or so. So it was fantastic. Definitely worthwhile doing, guys, if you're interested in doing it. I highly recommend it. As you can see, that's my GoPro after just the observation lap. So couldn't really get much footage, and yeah, this is my bike. It took me like 3 hours to clean this bike. This mud was just unbelievable. So after 3 hours of cleaning, I managed to get it back looking like that. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you out at one of these events soon. Ride well, everyone.